Hey everyone, I'm Amy Wilson here at the EQN Sports Desk, driven by Holiday Auto Group. We're at the 2025 NRCHA Snaffle Bit Futurity, presented by Metallic Cat, and I'm so excited to have the opportunity to interview Josey Butler, artist, and you are here. Not only do you show yourself, you barrel race, but an amazing artist. So welcome. Good to have you.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.
So I want you to start by talking about what inspired you to become an artist and just all that you do. We're going to talk about bronzes specifically, but you do so much more than that.
So I really honestly was just kind of always the little weird kid that was drawing in the corner. And I trained barrel futurity horses for the first few years of my life. And when I had my daughter, I spent a lot of time painting and drawing. And I started posting it on Facebook, and it just took off. I draw a lot of what I see in the arena around here, stuff that's more inspirational than doing photo work. And for some reason, it resonated with people, and it's been a really good thing.
Well, it's amazing.
Thank you.
Everything I've seen. And I feel like being a competitor helps you a lot with making it so real life.
That's been the biggest compliment, I think, that I get from people, especially fellow competitors, both in the cow horse arena and in the barrel racing community, and even with the cutters. And I don't cut other than hard work here. Is they see it, and they'll like stop and they'll tell a story at the booth about this horse that they rode one time that reminds them of, and that's pretty cool.
That is really cool. So you got to do something really special here. You made the prelim bronze trophy awards for the open riders. Mm-hmm. How did that all come to be?
So it's a great story. There was a group of very powerful minded women standing around my booth at the end of, it was, I believe, the celebration in 2022. And we were all kicking around, like supporting each other within the sport, because you would know it, there are so many talented people here that both show, lope, work for the trainers, as well as, of course, our amazing sponsors. And we were talking about like kicking around how we could keep awards in the association within people like me that show and have another career too. And somebody had made the comment, because I just started doing bronzes, that'd be cool to see you do some bronzes. Well, Jane Batcher of Creative Events, she was standing there, and she's like, there needs to be something for the rider specifically, because like as an owner, she gets the desire to have all of the cool awards. But as someone who also understands what her trainers go through to get these horses ready, especially 3 events, it's a marathon, and you never know like what happened with Nick and the Rizzler. Sometimes a cow can take you out, remind you why we eat them, and the next thing you know, there's no finals. And so like this award is for the hard work, recognizing the hard work to get these horses ready for each different specific class, because it's hard enough for one class, let alone 3. So it's just a little kind of something that Jane wanted to put out there, and she sponsored it for the first 3 years. And she called me this year and was kind of refocusing some of her sponsorship stuff. She said, "You want to take this over?" And I said, "Absolutely."
Very cool. So the process of making a bronze is wild.
It is wild.
Tell us how you learned how to do that. What got you started making bronzes?
On accident. Actually, one of the women that was in our brainstorm group, Paris Wicks and I ride some barrel horses for her. I had done a paper clay sculpture from some stuff my kid had, just messing around. And she said, find a foundry and get that bronzed, and I'll back your first bronze. You need to be sculpting. And so I actually have it on my website. It's called The Professor, and it's just a bridle horse bridled up like the bust of one. And I made some phone calls. The only foundry to call me back was Hephaestus Fine Arts down here at Springtown. They're the same ones that have done the buster you see when you pull in out front. And they walked me through it, and it's mad science. Like, I patina everyone different, so they're special. And I thought bronze came out just looking like you see a Remington bronze. Not at all. It actually kind of looks like ugly old brass. And then you get to play with chemistry basically and spray it with chemicals and put a blowtorch on it. And if you go to my TikTok, you can see like the kind of the process of how we do it and change the colors, and it's really a very cool process.
It's probably a lot of fun too as an artist to constantly be evolving and learning new things and trying things, just because you're so creative at nature.
It is. And there's a great group of artists in the Western community, and some of us who are more abstract like me, we kick around ideas and we trade things and we challenge each other, and just really honestly, like the camaraderie around here at the horse show, like people go and take horses to ride. There's some of us artists that we get together and draw. And one year here in the booth, Lindy Starr, that used to work for Todd Crawford, she's a brilliant pencil artist, so she did a pencil drawing. I splattered it with some paint. We actually ended up selling it and splitting the money, but it was a lot of fun to do that.
That's really cool when you get to collaborate with other artists.
Oh, absolutely.
Too. Well, I think we should take a look at these bronzes that were given out to the open riders for winning the prelims. So tell us about each one.
So this one's the hard work bronze. It was won by Corey Cushing this year. This is Corey's second bronze. The second year we gave him out, he won the rain work. So he's got a two of them. He'll have a set at some point, I promise you. And, I just kind of tried to get it. The herd work in the cow horse is so much different than cutting. The style and the way the horses shape up a lot of times. Because we can't get them fully drawn like a cutter. We'll never get them through a reining pattern. We're very few of them. So just kind of tried to make it as authentic as possible.
Oh, I love that. Okay, now this one.
This is the rein work. And for those who don't know, of course, rein work is no cow. It's, a simulated reining pattern. And the same thing, like our horses don't get as low as the reiners when they stop. We have them more up and in the snaffle. And so, again, just trying to keep it where, it looks right.
Exactly. And now the third one.
Fence turn. That one is kind of become the one everybody wants. Last year, one of the riders was in the awards room rubbing on it because he had won a couple of herd work wins but had never got this one. And he did not win it. Abby Mixon did that last year. But, it was like kind of the same thing. Like a lot of times the herd work bronzes you see, like it's gotten so much different than what it used to be. We want those horses to wrap around and that really pretty turn and the eye appeal. And so I just tried to get that.
These are so amazing.
Thank you.
You got to help hand them out last night?
Oh, yeah.
Tell us more about that whole experience and how excited they all were.
I don't like being on stage. It was good. It was good to at least have my face up there for people to know that there was kind of a changing of the guard versus Jane versus. But, Jane spearheaded it. So, by all means, everybody continue to send her a thank you because I don't know if I would have had the guts to call the NRCHA and say, "Hi, I want to do this." But she kind of was poked me in the back and was like, let's make this happen.
Yeah, that's so cool. Let's talk a little bit about your barrel racing because your barrel horse was actually a cow horse before going to the barrel pit. How do you mix all of that and juggle all of it?
It's good for him. I mean, I actually work all of my barrel horses. He is bred to be a barrel horse. His mother was my first Good Futurity horse I rode for the Judd Little. And but I kind of just did it on him. He was a stud still at the time. Wasn't really playing around. My daughter was young, so I was like, I'm going to play around with this and see. And it's very hard to win on a barrel horse and the cow horse, but it did give me in the show pen and a lot of experience. And now he goes on, he's successful. And I actually have a maternal half-brother to him by Jail Dash to Heaven. And I take him down the fence at the house. I mean, we would never get through a rating pattern, but I do school him on a cow at the house.
Oh, that's awesome. And you still show in the NRCHA.
Yep.
What draws you to these cow horses? I mean, obviously you have experience with barrel horses, but love these as well.
These horses, they're like a barrel horse that loves their job. Like last night, my mare's been hurt since April that I'm showing in the bridle tomorrow, and I walked her into the John Justin last night, and I'd already rode her outside and warmed her up, and she looked around, realized where she was at, jumped straight up in the air and squealed just to let me know how happy she was. And you can't fake your way through 3 events. This is truly that you come out on top of this deal. You've earned. I mean, everybody's earned it if they're here, but it's just such a neat deal to see. I like the challenge. I'm super competitive. And then also too with the rein cow horse, they can go on and do anything. I mean, you see ones that go on to be a barrel horse, like my remix horse. You see them at the rope horse futurity. There's even one I know of that they're showing in some polo classes and stuff, or polo events and stuff like that. And it's just, there's something you can do with all of them, even if they don't make it at this level. Yeah,
very true. I know you also really appreciate just all the goodness that comes from this group of people. When you walked up, you and Sarah and I were talking about some things that have already gone on this week, and it's just a really special group of people to be a part of, isn't it?
It is. It's very family oriented. A lot of people, they rally around. Like out here last night, everybody's sitting around. It was Gusty Berger's birthday, so there was cupcakes going on out in the alleyway, and people are stopping by, and it's such a family deal. I do a lot with the youth, and the kids come over and they play with clay with me, and I explain the bronze making process while they're building all sorts of things. I think there might have been one horse built the other day out of 50 kids at Kids with Clay, but they were just doing their creativity, and there's so much encouragement in that. And as a mother myself, she gets a lot of encouragement around here from everybody, and I appreciate that because our kids are it, and it's just a neat thing to have kids and youth involved in.
Yeah, definitely. So if someone is interested in your artwork, do you do custom pieces? Do you have other artwork available? Tell everyone those details.
I do. My website's streakinbart.com, or you can Google Josey Butler artist. And I do some custom pieces. I did a piece of Andrea Busby and Benny this year. She's been a good customer for a long time, as well as a friend. And she messaged me right after the NFR. She had posted a picture of him coming into the first barrel. And in my mind, I had thought I want to paint that. But I'm not the kind of person that calls someone and says, hey. And about 2 weeks later, she sends me a message on Facebook and was like, hey, I think this needs to be a painting. I'm like, I absolutely agree. So I actually delivered it this year at St. Angelo. Yeah, it was pretty neat.
That's awesome. So definitely check out her website, Streakin' Be Art. This is Josey Butler, an amazing artist, and so cool that you're involved now with the NRCHA and specifically the Snaffle Bit Futurity and giving out these bronzes. Anything else you want to say about all this and how much it means to you?
I mean, it is really cool. It's fun to watch these get handed out. Every year they go to customers that were already people who have supported what I do, and I mean, it's just pretty cool blessing.
It's so cool. Well, it's been a lot of fun to get to hear more about the amazing bronzes that were handed out last night to the open riders for the prelims. This is the 2025 NRCHA Snaffle Bit Futurity. It's presented by Metallic Cat. We'll bring you more interviews. Josey, thanks again for coming up, and congratulations on being able to do this. We're so excited to be able to bring you stories like this. I'm Amy Wilson, and this is the EQN Sports Desk driven by Holiday Auto Group.